Clinton stands opposed to everything the Tea Party stands for, on the policy, political, and personal fronts. Donald Trump, on the other hand, has pledged to fight to uphold our core values. In making a choice between the two of them, there really is no choice at all. We choose Trump. On the policy front, Hillary Clinton believes more government is the answer to every public policy problem in America. She takes the same dim view of the Constitution's limits on government as President Obama. She continues to support the disastrous nuclear deal with Iran and wants to double down on Obama's unconstitutional executive amnesty, including full citizenship for illegal immigrants. Hillary Clinton wants to increase by 500% the number of Syrian refugees over the limits set by the president. And should we get a Democrat-controlled Senate, we can only imagine the liberal extremists she would try to seat on the federal bench, especially the Supreme Court. And we know for certain they would be out of touch with our values and with constitutionally limited government. On the political front, she cynically runs a campaign slogan of "Stronger Together," when in fact, the policies she supports will result in more division, not less. She used her influence over her party's national organization to unfairly advantage her candidacy in pursuit of her party's presidential nomination. She has publicly referred to Republicans as her enemies. On the personal front, she is the least honest and trustworthy candidate for president nominated by her party since the advent of public opinion polling. She is, in the unforgettable words of a former White House senior advisor, a congenital liar. Is prone to lie about the little things, like being named after Sir Edmund Hillary, who climbed Mount Everest 6 years after she was born, as she is the big things. For example, telling the American public and the families of dead Americans that the Benghazi attacks were caused by an internet video, after privately telling others the video had nothing to do with it. She lies about things that just don't matter, like conjuring up false memories of landing under sniper fire in Bosnia. But the biggest lies, the ones that affect the safety of every American, are the ones we cannot ignore. In attempting to hide from the public her commingling of official State Department business with Clinton Foundation and other personal business, she chose to put America's national security at risk by employing an illegal, unsecured private server to host her official emails, many of which contain classified information. And then she lied about it repeatedly and is still lying about it. Most importantly, her careless disregard for the security of sensitive classified information transiting her email server and the virtual certainty that the server was hacked by hostile foreign intelligence services very likely makes her vulnerable to blackmail by our adversaries. We have no idea what may have been contained in those sensitive dispatches, but history demonstrates the dangers involved. Given the extraordinary lengths she has gone to hide her past activities from the public, the possibility of an adversary threatening her with public release of something sensitive unless he gets what he wants is simply too great a chance to take. America cannot afford a Hillary Clinton presidency. In January of this year, we kicked off our unique endorsement process. It consisted of multiple rounds of balloting in which our members and supporters cast more than 100,000 ballots. Throughout the presidential nominating process, our activists, more than 3 million strong, have consistently told us they do not want Hillary Clinton to be president. They want someone in the White House who will champion our issues and defend our core principles. The issues of highest priority to our supporters include the future of the Supreme Court, securing the border, repealing Obamacare, fundamental tax reform, and balancing our budget to rein in the exploding federal debt. Now that the Republican nomination process has concluded and Donald Trump has won the party's nomination for president, we have surveyed our members and supporters again. Donald Trump is their choice. This should not come as a surprise. Donald Trump is not a career politician, and especially given the mess made by career politicians in Washington, D.C., our members and supporters view that as a unique strength of his candidacy. He speaks boldly about core issues, and his call to make America great again reflects an unspoken desire in the hearts of our members. His leadership in declaring himself foursquare behind securing our southern border by building a wall, and actually using the words radical Islamic terrorists to describe our enemies, in standing up and fighting for the forgotten men and women of America's dwindling middle class, all combine to create a compelling argument for his candidacy and his presidency. The simple fact is this: with a Republican House and a Republican Senate, and Donald Trump in the White House, Tea Party supporters are far more likely to see their preferred policy choices enacted into law. We're far likelier to see Obamacare repealed, the national debt reduced, the borders secured, and the future of the Supreme Court protected. And we can expect the tax code to be reformed in such a way that the economy is energized and job growth soars. Consequently, Tea Party Patriot Citizens Fund endorses Donald Trump for president. We will not sit idly by when our nation's future is at stake. Join us at TeaPartyPatriotCitizensFund.com in our march to victory. We are getting out the vote in key states, helping to defeat Hillary Clinton and to maintain control of the Senate, so we can secure the Supreme Court for the next generation of Americans.